C3.ai reported fiscal 2023 third quarter earnings results and the stock is jumping as a result. I'm going to answer if that increase in the stock price is justified and whether or not the stock is a buy. But before I answer those questions, I'm going to do a review of C3AI's recent earnings report, and then at the end, I'll answer the question if the stock is a buy. So let's get into it. Revenue of 66.7 million was down from 69.8 million in the same quarter last year. The net loss worsened to 63 million, down from 39.4 million year over year. So the company's going backwards right now. But here is the statement that I pulled from its earnings release, and this is why I think the stock price is soaring. This is from C3AI's investor relations website and their earnings press release saying, "We expect C3 generative AI for enterprise search to be incorporated into C3 AI platform and C3 AI applications generally available in spring of 2023. That means shortly, it's about to be launched. It is currently being deployed as a utility in the C3AI platform at Koch Industries and Baker Hughes. Of course, Baker Hughes is one of the strong partners of C3AI. It generates a significant amount of revenue from Baker Hughes, and so it's not surprising to see it testing this with Baker Hughes first before it launches it generally. And of course, ever since the launch of ChatGPT in November of 2022, artificial intelligence has been all the rage, and C3AI's stock has benefited from that popularity, from that hype, although it has yet to prove how it's going to incorporate artificial intelligence, the recent hype in artificial intelligence, or even this new product it's going to launch, how it's going to incorporate it to improve its revenue, improve its cash flow, and improve its profitability. That remains to be seen, although investors have jumped into the stock ahead of the proof. They've jumped in on the potential, on the hype, which I generally do not recommend, and I personally do not invest in that manner. I don't invest on potential. I invest after the company has proven it can do what it says it's going to do, right? I have many choices where I can invest my hard-earned dollars, and I'm not going to give it to a company who makes these vague promises, right? Because we've all seen companies make all these big promises and then fail to deliver, right? You have all these better choices. You don't need to put your money in a company before it proves itself. So, cash flow from operations in the 9 months ended January 31 worsened to negative 142.7 million. That was down from negative 73.7 million year over year. So the company's losing money on the bottom line, the company's losing cash flow from operations, and the rate at which it's losing money is increasing. So it's losing money and it's losing more and more money. Not the direction I like my investments to go in. C3AI does have 789 million of cash and equivalents, so it's not in danger of running out of cash anytime soon. In fact, management reiterated that it's going to be cash flow positive and non-GAAP profitable by the end of its next fiscal year. So by the end, in about 5 quarters, it's going to be cash flow positive. So that's another reason why the stock price was soaring after the results. Changing the company from bleeding cash flow to being self-sustaining is a big step forward, and that justifies an increase in the stock price. So that justifies an increase in the stock price if you're going to go from always needing investors to give you more money to being self-funding, self-sustaining, cash flow positive, and you can fund yourself, you can fund your own operations. That was great news for C3AI investors. As to answering the question, is C3AI stock a buy right now? I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. I'm going to say no. the stock is too expensive, and that's, maybe there's a reason. I'm sure there is a reason that it's so expensive, and that's because of this, the hype in terms of how it's going to incorporate artificial intelligence and this new product launch that's coming out. However, I think that investors and the market have gotten ahead, a bit too much ahead of themselves here in bidding up the price. So I'm going to wait and see how they incorporate this new development, this new product, this new service. I'm going to see how it impacts their revenues and cash flows before I make a decision to invest or not, before I make a decision to invest in this stock. So for now, I'm not investing in this stock, and I'm not recommending C3.ai stock as a buy. So that's all I've got for this video. As always, I truly, truly appreciate your viewership. There's a lot of things you can be doing with your time right now, and I appreciate that you chose to spend it with me. Now, if you like this video and you've stayed this far, I'm going to link to 2 other videos that I think you're going to appreciate. So click on one of those, and I'll see you over there.